that he was not gay. Now, my thing is this. If you don't want people to know your business, then you just don't speak on it. Now, you're not going to make me look like a damn fool. I don't care who you are. I don't care how big of a star you are. You're not about to make me like...
My family, friends, supporters, and colleagues, I want to speak to you directly and from the heart. This is a shakedown. I'm going to be open, transparent, and defend myself because this isn't right. This is all being orchestrated by...
Shannon Sharpe's ex-stylist just dropped a straight-up bombshell, and it's got people losing it. According to him, Shannon's been living double life, and this whole time, he was keeping things real low-key behind the scenes.
No, Medea, I ain't doing no interviews. So you can sit across from me and look at my balls. I'll sit down, nigga. I thought he was going to attack Cat, that nigga. It's called Shay Shay. The nigga yelling.
If you thought the scandal from the SA lawsuit was the peak of Shannon's drama, guess again. This new twist? It's about to drag him even deeper into the fire. That lawsuit's already been making waves for weeks, but now the stylist, who goes by the name Russell Hollywood Simpson, is coming out swinging with claims that flip the whole thing upside down. Russell's saying this isn't just a random leak, it's part of a full-blown Hollywood humiliation ritual. And he's not just talking, he's dropping receipts left and right, screenshots, cryptic captions, shady posts. He's painting a picture that's looking bad. Here's the real kicker. Russell says Shannon tried to silence him, straight up tried to shut him down before the truth came out about what allegedly went down behind the scenes. Now people are asking, what's Shannon hiding? Why go this hard to bury it? And let's not ignore the elephant in the room. Fans have been whispering for years that there was something more between Shannon and his male stylist. From the moment Russell got hired, folks were side-eyeing their close bond, thinking it might have been more than just fashion advice. People have been talking for years, and now it's all coming to light. Shannon and Russell were basically glued at the hip at one point, always showing up together, hitting events like a power duo. Sure, celebs bring their stylists around, but this looked different.
I ain't said that, but dog, this dude right here be killing the game. I be watching. We killing the game, Hollywood. You straight killing.
And let's not ignore the fact that Russell used to be romantically linked to ex-NFL star Kerry Rhodes. So when folks started spotting those two hanging out constantly, the internet lit up with rumors. People were out here connecting dots, and Shannon? He wasn't feeling that heat one bit. That gossip about Shannon's double life picked up real fast. And truth be told, whispers about him being on the DL have been floating around for years. Some folks even said he looked like Miss Netta. Whatever that means, they were throwing all kinds of shade. Then came Mike Epps. Yes, Mike, who stepped into the mess and stirred it even more. He low-key shaded Shannon, claiming he got invited to be on Club Shay Shay, but turned it down because of all the talk about Shannon's alleged interest behind the scenes. Wild. Now with all this chaos bubbling, Shannon decided to cut Russell off. But instead of keeping it clean and professional, he made it messy as hell. Instead of just saying, we're done, Shannon allegedly started acting like Russell didn't really style him like that. Tried to play him off like he was just some extra hand in the room. So boom, after dropping Russell, Shannon didn't waste no time. He brought back his old stylist, Shelly Davis, and started hyping her up like she was the genius behind his whole style game. Called her the real mastermind behind his new look, and fans immediately caught on to the switch-up. It was obvious Shannon was trying to kill the rumors without saying anything. Like, if he swapped out Russell and gave all the credit to a woman, maybe the whispers would die down. But that move only made things worse. Russell wasn't just salty, he was straight up heated. Shannon really thought cutting him off would calm everything down. But nah, that plan backfired quick. Instead of laying low, Russell slowly started airing things out piece by piece. He didn't blast Shannon right away. Nah, he played it slick, dropping subtle receipts, throwing up clips showing he was the one styling Shannon from head to toe.
Obviously, I'm embarrassed. Someone that is extremely private, and to have one of your most intimate details, the audio heard for the entire world to hear. I'm embarrassed for a number of reasons. People count on Shannon, Shay Shay Media, Club Shay Shay Nightcap, ESPN. There are a lot of people that count on Shannon to be professional at all times, and I always try to be professional at all times. Even when I'm behind closed doors, I still try to remain a level of professional, although I'm in the privacy of my own home. And I'm very disappointed in myself, not for the act. I think there are millions and billions of people of consenting age that engage in activities. But to have your most intimate detail on the audio to be heard, I'm disappointed in myself. I let a lot of people down. My kids, I reached out to them. I called them. I called my sister. My friends, obviously, my friends reached out. But guys, this was not staged. Came in, I threw my phone on the bed, engaged in an activity. I did not know IG Live. I've never been on IG Live. I've never turned IG Live on. So I don't know how it works. And so all of a sudden, my other phone is going off and people are calling me FaceTime that I've never talked to a day in my life on FaceTime. And it didn't, I'm like, why are y'all calling me FaceTime? And after a while, Jamie Fritz, who's been my longtime marketing guy, he finally got through to me and he said, Shannon, you on IG Live. I'm like, doing what? You know, I'm like, what am I on IG Live for? I ain't getting no IG Live button. He says, they can hear. I'm like, so now, Ocho, you know, I say ask for patience. He said they can hear. And now I'm starting to get agitated again.
Then came the Instagram video with that shady caption. Let's be clear, that post hit different. And let's not forget, Shannon used to praise Russell all the time, both online and in private. Gave him big props for how clean he looked on camera. But once those rumors started circling heavy, it's like he wanted everyone to forget Russell ever existed just so he could keep pushing that straight guy image to the public. Then out of nowhere, things took a wild turn that nobody saw coming. In September 2024, Shannon Sharpe pulled one of the craziest stunts yet, and it left everyone shook. He straight up accidentally streamed an intimate audio clip on Instagram Live, and when we say intimate, we mean grown. Yeah? Y'all remember Ooh Michelle? That clip was way too steamy for public ears. It wasn't subtle at all. You could tell something very real was going down. But here's the kicker. Neither Shannon nor the mystery woman showed their faces. And just like that, the live stream vanished. But the internet? Oh, they move fast. People had already screen recorded the whole thing and flooded the comments like wildfire. The shade, the memes, the questions, everything was spiraling out of control. And Shannon? He wasn't about to let that slide without trying to spin it. He jumped on the gram in full-blown damage control mode, claiming it was hackers behind the mess. Yup, he said, beware. My Instagram was hacked this morning. My team and I are working vigorously to figure this out. Key.
It all started when someone had leaked some pictures of he and I out. And he said to the tabloids that he was not gay. Now, my thing is this. If you don't want people to know your business, then you just don't speak on it. Now, you're not going to make me look like a damn fool. I don't care who you are. I don't care how big of a star you are. You're not about to make me like a fool.
But let's be honest, nobody was buying that weak hacker excuse. Fans weren't fooled for a second. The whole thing felt like a desperate cover-up. And guess what? That post got deleted just as quick. Like he knew the lie wasn't holding up. Later on, Shannon finally addressed the situation on his Nightcap episode. But by then, the internet had already run wild with theories. Shannon finally came clean and told his side of the story. He claimed the whole Instagram Live mess was just a wild, clumsy accident. According to him, he tossed his phone on the bed, didn't even notice it had gone live, right before things got way too private to be public. So instead of keeping that spicy moment behind closed doors, boom, it hit the internet. He tried to shut down the rumors quick, saying it was definitely not staged. Shannon made it clear this wasn't some slick PR stunt, telling everyone it was just one big misunderstanding. His words, it was a total accident, nothing more. But fans weren't buying it, not even a little. Like, come on now, how many steps do you gotta accidentally take just to go live on Instagram? You gotta open the app, swipe to the right screen, tap again to go live. That ain't just one tap, bro. People online were calling cap instantly. Theories started flying. Some said Shannon fumbled his own image and tried to clean it up too late. Others believed he might have dropped the whole thing on purpose to silence the rumors about his sexuality by showing off a mystery woman in the background. And then it got even messier, because new whispers started popping off that maybe this so-called leak was just a pre-move, like Shannon was trying to get ahead of an even bigger story that could be on the way. Let's keep it real, that audio clip did nothing to help Shannon's case. People were quick to point out how off his voice sounded. That drawn-out, ooh, Michelle, folks said it sounded like he was putting on a whole act, like he was trying too hard to sell a straight moment, and it came off mad forced. And you already know, the internet don't miss a thing. Once they caught wind of the weird tone, the questions started flying. Then the way Shannon handled it after only made everything feel way more suspicious. If it was just an honest mistake, why blow it up into this dramatic cleanup mission? And then there's the biggest mystery of all. Who is Michelle? Her name popped out of nowhere in Shannon's explanation. Weak at best. He said it was his assistant Jordan who ended the live stream, but that raised more eyebrows. Like, hold up, so Jordan can jump in to kill the live, but couldn't be the one who started it? What is he? Your tech support and personal fixer now. People started questioning everything. Shannon's version wasn't adding up, and the whole situation just got sloppier by the minute. That's when Russell stepped back in, quiet but deadly. He wasn't about to let Shannon walk away from this with a clean slate.
His hospitalization was due to Diddy. There are stories of him getting beat up and getting put, but I know he was on a movie set, but something from an altercation or something from drug-related that was given to him.
Diddy will pull up and get wild with you by himself. Like, he's not soft. So that's the whole thing with him, like, you know.
He'll pull up and take something, like it.
Bro, he'll pull up and, bro, he slapped Drake.
He did, and everyone looked over that.
Russell started dropping cryptic posts, just enough to stir the pot. One IG story hit hard. I love my private life, but you may see a little bit, but you won't see much. I'll tell you this, Russell said. The hardest thing I ever had to do was shut the F up. But clearly he wasn't going to stay silent for long. After all the subtle shade and cryptic posts, Russell finally dropped the act and came for Shannon direct. No more hints, he was speaking loud and clear. He flat out called Shannon out, dragging the so-called accidental live stream moment through the mud. In one post, Russell wrote, "Accidentally going live? When you have to open the app, swipe right, then swipe left twice and hit the button? That's absolutely insanely impossible." Whew! It was like Russell was dying to spill the truth, but holding back just enough to make folks lean in closer. He hit fans with that one cryptic post, "So much I want to say, but nah," and the caption, "I'll wait till the right time." That had people glued to his page, and then he added another, "I know how Shannon operates, and I wouldn't put it past him to plan something like this." That line had social media buzzing. To really understand how serious this is, Russell's not new to this game. He's the same man who called out NFL star Kerry Rhodes for allegedly hiding his truth. That blew up big time. So when Russell starts dropping those kind of hints again, people don't just scroll by, they pay attention, and the fact he never fully exposed Shannon's story, that's what's keeping everybody on edge. Now here's where it gets real messy. Some fans believe the only reason Russell hasn't dropped the full story yet is because Shannon stepped in and shut the whole thing down. Even after cutting him off, word is Shannon kept a close eye on Russell, just in case he got loose with the truth. And when the public smear moves didn't work, allegedly Shannon switched tactics. Word on the street is that Bravo had been looking to cast Russell, aka Hollywood, on a reality show. But guess what? That offer mysteriously vanished. According to Media Takeout, Russell's team told Tasha K that Shannon's been working overtime to block any opportunity Russell gets to shine on screen. Behind the scenes, it's being said Shannon's doing everything in his power to make sure Russell stays off TV and off everyone's radar. But Russell, he's not staying quiet. As Shannon's legal troubles heat up, Russell threw some fresh shade in a new Instagram post that had fans gasping. He basically claimed that he was the one keeping Shannon's mess out of the headlines back when they were tight. He wrote, "See, when I was around, you never heard a single word. I had everything so organized. Like he was Shannon's personal fixer, straight Olivia Pope vibes." That post alone had people going wild in the comments. So now everyone's asking, what else did Russell help cover up, and why is Shannon allegedly so scared of him talking? Yeah, this whole situation, it's a straight up hot mess. But hold up, this story ain't done yet. Russell's shady reveals cracked open a whole new can of worms, and it's insane. Now Shannon Sharpe's former bodyguard, a man going by the name Saka Zumba, has stepped into the chaos, and what he's claiming, Wild doesn't even begin to cover it. Saka says Shannon was a regular at Diddy's notorious parties. Yes, the ones that have had folks whispering for years. But here's where it gets even messier. Saka claims Shannon met his current partner at one of those freaky events. The twist? No one knows for sure if this partner is Jane Doe, the woman suing Shannon for $50 million, or someone else he started seeing after that situation. Saka's not just talking either. He says he's got footage that allegedly places Shannon at one of those parties. And if that's not enough, Saka didn't stop there. He doubled down with even more shocking claims. He alleged that Shannon might be bi and that there was some questionable behavior going down at those events. One of the most disturbing accusations? That Shannon was allegedly involved with a young girl, underage at the time. To make things worse, someone tweeted, FNDA. That ninja Shannon met his 304 at a Diddy party when she was 17. That tweet went viral fast and sent fans spiraling into speculation.
I found out I was Diddy's neighbor on the third day. I swear to you, I didn't even know Diddy was right there. I literally, my barber came in, he's like, you know you're right next to Diddy, right? Or like, it had somebody dropped it in my Reddit of the view of the helicopter, and then right over it, it was Diddy's house. Like, he got a slide in the backyard and all types of shit. Wow. It was crazy, yeah. It was just the most random.
So it might have been some parties at your house.
Oh my God. You ever was at a Diddy party?
No,
Never?
I ain't never been invited. I ain't that big. I mean, maybe if I was in the position that I'm in now, but back then, no. I don't get invited to no parties, bro. Plus, I'm a homebody.
Do you like partying or no? Nah. I
just like to be to myself, man.
I feel that.
You know.
I feel that.
They see me, I'm in the airport, or I'm going point A to point. Normally, mainly when people see me, I'm in the airport, I'm at the gym.
Yeah.
That's the extent.
Or you getting freaky.
Huh? There you go. Hey, Kai,
give me some more.
It's too soon, Kai. I need a year. September 11, 2025.
Hey, you a freak ass. Hey, this nigga, hey, Shannon, no, I'm on you now, bro. Damn, you was going crazy, bro.
Oh, come on,
no, bro, I ain't gonna lie, you know how scary that is?
Go back and watch Cat Williams if you're lost, because he already warned us. But let's pause real quick. When folks online called Shannon's alleged girl a 304, that's code for something way more adult. And the fact that Cat Williams got mentioned, that set off alarms everywhere. Cat's been calling out shady Hollywood activity for years, and his name popping up right in the middle of this tweet? Yeah, people knew something bigger might be brewing under the surface. But just like that, poof, the tweet vanished almost instantly. Call it cancel culture if you want, but we all know the truth. Once it hits the internet, it's there forever. Screenshots were already flying around, and the tweet went viral in seconds. The timing, way too suspicious to ignore, especially since Shannon had just announced he was stepping away from ESPN until the NFL preseason. Now everybody's side-eyeing that break like, was it really planned, or was it damage control? And let's not act surprised. This ain't the first time a celebrity's bodyguard came forward to spill what really happens at Diddy's infamous events. These guards aren't just standing in the background, they're watching everything. And when one of them speaks, you better believe it's not random, and just when you thought it couldn't get any crazier, bam, another former bodyguard steps in. This time it's big homie CC, who used to do security for Jamie Foxx, and he's gone on record about the madness he saw at these Hollywood After Dark events. And according to him, it was straight wild. Grown men running around completely naked at Diddy's infamous get-togethers. So when Saka Zumba steps forward with serious claims about Shannon, yeah, it's messy, but honestly, not even surprising if you've been paying attention. But here's where it really goes off the rails. Saka is alleging that Shannon hooked up with a 17-year-old girl at one of Diddy's parties. Now remember, this is the same Shannon Sharpe who once told Kai Cenat in an old interview that he wasn't even famous enough to get invited to those parties, denied it flat out. But now, with his own former bodyguard claiming he was right there, the whole story is looking shaky at best. People online are digging up receipts, cross-referencing timelines, and straight up calling Shannon out for the contradictions. And just when you thought that was the end, hold up, because there's another theory floating around that's catching fire. Some fans are now saying this entire scandal might be part of a Hollywood humiliation ritual. Now, if you're not familiar with the term, let's break it down. A humiliation ritual is said to be a public or behind-the-scenes event meant to embarrass or disgrace a celebrity on purpose. And what happens after? According to the theories, that celeb suddenly blows up even more, making insane amounts of money and reaching new levels of fame. And in Shannon's case, the timing is looking a little too perfect. Word is, Shannon's been in talks to lock down a $100 million deal for his Club Shay Shay podcast. That's more than he made during his entire NFL career. Let that sink in. And then boom, right when those deal talks heat up, here comes the lawsuit. A woman steps forward with a massive $50 million suit against Shannon, accusing him of serious misconduct. According to the lawsuit, she says Shannon allegedly manipulated and controlled her, claiming he violated her boundaries multiple times in both October 2024 and January 2025. She says he ignored her cries, refused to stop, and became threatening when she tried to pull away. The most disturbing part? She says it happened even while she sobbed and begged him to stop. According to her, they met at a gym in LA and were in a relationship at the time. But now she's painting a much darker picture of what allegedly went down behind closed doors. According to the lawsuit, things took a dark turn during their 2-year relationship. The woman claims Shannon's behavior became aggressive and controlling. She said that at one point when she tried to share her location with friends for her own safety, he allegedly threatened her life. That allegation alone had people stunned, but it didn't stop there. She also accused Shannon of recording their intimate moments, sometimes without her knowing, claiming the footage was just for personal use. But here's where things get even more disturbing. She says he later shared those private videos with his friends on multiple occasions. That kind of violation, if true, it's next-level betrayal. Shannon, however, is pushing back hard. He released a public statement slamming the entire lawsuit as a blatant and cynical attempt to extort money. His words were sharp. He says the woman is trying to shake him down for millions by using a private moment against him. According to Shannon's team, the woman presented a secretly recorded video of a consensual encounter, but they believe the footage was heavily edited and twisted out of context to fit a damaging narrative. According to Shannon's team, the entire situation is being twisted beyond recognition. They claim the edited video was crafted to make a fully consensual act look like something it wasn't. They say the footage comes from an adult relationship filled with role play, explicit language, and fantasy scenarios that were actually requested by Ms. Zuniga herself. The so-called evidence? Shannon's camp says it's been chopped up, ripped out of context, and made to seem dark and sinister when in reality, it was all mutual. They also allege that Ms. Zuniga secretly recorded the encounter and used it during a blackmail attempt, trying to flip the narrative. Shannon denies every single claim, especially the serious allegations of SA. He says he's being targeted, and he won't back down. He's standing 10 toes down, calling this an egregious setup meant to destroy his name and snatch a payout. Shannon's legal team says he's ready to take this to court, fight it head on, and clear his name through the facts and the law. So yeah, like the internet's been saying, it's giving Humiliation ritual energy. And with a $100 million deal on the table, some folks think this whole saga might have been part of a much bigger plan all along. But now we want to hear from you. Was this all a setup, a ritual, or just a scandal that blew up at the worst time? Drop your thoughts in the comments, hit that like, subscribe, and share this with someone who needs the full breakdown. And don't go anywhere. Click into the next video because the tea, it just keeps getting hotter.